Will you just look at this beauty? Ducati looks good in white. Bike Point was kind enough to lend me this bike for a while to try it out. What is this new Scrambler all about?
Desert sleds.
A sled for a desert. Well, you see me? Thank you. The first impression is unbelievably odd, as this bike is so soft, so smooth. The bike feels actually very light. It's over 200 kilos, but... Hey! Where are you coming? The handlebar is surprisingly far ahead. I would have expected it to be closer to me. Maybe I'm just used to my own bike and that's why it feels weird. It actually makes the seating position kind of aggressive. The weight seems to be quite low. Some bikes feel like when you stop, they want to tip over. It doesn't feel like that on this one. This sound is so cool, so powerful. That first bark. Pigeons, please be gone. Let's see how the sound is. A bit weak. To be honest, in the city this is better, as nobody likes you roaring around. A bike like this should be more civil, rather than annoyingly loud. The fuel injection is so smooth. Some bikes are so jerky and low revs at city speeds, and it's so irritating. But on this one, you get exactly the amount of power you dial in. The suspension is rather harsh in the city. It's not rigid like it wants to bust your bottom, but it's really firm. You really can't feel the weight of the bike while slow speed maneuvering. It really pulls, but the pull isn't explosive. Strong but smooth. Standing still, I have my feet flat down on the ground. It's tall, but I'm not on my tippy toes. I'm 183 centimeters tall, well 6 feet. I can easily put my feet down. The back brake seems more like a notional thing. If I really push it, it almost seems to do something. Maybe without ABS it will have a stronger effect. Especially off-road, I would like it to be stronger. But the front brake is divine. Not too abrupt, but still solid at the same time. This bike feels big. It feels bigger than the original Scrambler. Though it has been a while since I rode that one. The Icon version. Then it really felt like a bicycle. On this, the tank feels bigger and the whole front end, but actually it should be exactly the same. The tank and the dials, it all has stayed the same. So what has changed compared to the original Scrambler? Most noticeably, the height of the bike. The suspension travel is longer to make it more capable off-road. And the frame is also stronger and stiffer. It's rebuilt to make it tougher off-road. They tweaked the fuel injection as well to make it go smoother. And you can really feel it. Not that I remember the original Scrambler being all too nervous, but this one is simply out of this world. The exhaust emits quite a lot of heat in between my thighs. On a hot summer's day, it might be quite unpleasant. You'd rather be moving than stay stationary, which kind of makes sense on a bike. Nobody likes to be stuck in traffic on a bike. After about a dozen kilometers riding in the city, I must say, this bike is excellent for city riding. Simply because the ride is tall, I can easily look far over the cars. Slow maneuvering is a breeze. There's plenty of oomph to get around. At the same time, even with my little experience, I don't feel like the bike would be too much to handle. 800 cc's might seem like a lot, but it's not trying to break my neck. It's a good feeling to have this power that you can control. Of course, you have to be sensible. If I were to pin the throttle, I would probably loop the bike. But I think it's time to get out of the city. It's nice and all, but I like to see how it feels on motorways. I like to see how it feels off-road. First taste of some gravel. Let us have a closer look. Quite classic. I really like the proportions of this bike. Everything feels correct. Especially that 17-inch rear and 19-inch front wheel, and these golden rims. Nice looking little mufflers. Black engine always looks cool. The saddle is quite nice actually. Nice and wide. It does have quite a narrow tank, but it holds 13.5 liters. The handlebar feels quite far, but the ride is actually very upright. It feels aggressive, but really you're not bent over at all. From up front it looks more like an off-road bike, maybe because of the front fender. It's pretty wide, so it probably functions well. Let's give it a listen then. It's quite an aggressive sound, really. But now it's time to get on the highway. And much to my surprise, I have to admit that the wind is not as bad as I assumed. Of course, I feel the pull in my hands, and I can feel it against my chest. But really, it is not that bad. And if I tuck in a bit, and with this rather relaxed seating position, I can see me riding long distances on this one. If I sit back a bit and with my feet now more to the front, it feels a bit like a cruiser. Let's see the motorway now. It's fun to lean on this one. Now at motorway speeds 90 kilometers an hour, it might be because of the wind is against me, but it feels just like on the highway. Yet again, not all that bad though. Not so shabby. I recently tested a KTM around here, a big ADV bike with super slick tires, and I was in a bit of a pickle on gravel. Actually, by then it was more like mud. I'm interested to see how this one behaves. Will I perform better on this bike? So, this is the road. And I think I should turn off the ABS somehow. Because if I use the back brake, nothing happens at the moment. So, the menu system. Holding this one, it comes to view. And here we have, and I move around with the same button. I select ABS with this gray button. And it says on. Now, how do I...
Okay.
I had to hold down the gray button. Yeah, I wanted to... Actually, I didn't want to stall. But I did want to see if I turn off the bike. The key comes out and goes back in the ignition, whether the ABS stays off or does it come back on. Okay, let's see how it behaves off-road. I tried to ride standing up before, and the handlebar is a bit low, but if I lean a bit to the front, over the tank, it's quite alright. The back brake is in a good place, and how will it behave now? Yeah, blocks up real nice. It has Pirelli tires, specially made for this bike, which are like half off-road tires. They should perform quite well on this kind of road. The bike does bump around quite harsh, but I guess it's better for handling for it to be more firm. It doesn't feel all that sleepy or unsure. I wonder if this road actually goes anywhere. I didn't get this far last time. I turned around crying. It was too scary. Sleek tires and a big heavy bike that didn't belong to me. But on this one, I don't have any worries. The clutch is very light and it's easy to use with just one finger. Let's see if this road will get any worse. It's a bit muddier over here. The ground is a bit softer. But again, it doesn't feel as if the bike wants to slide away from underneath. The tank isn't really too good for grabbing with your knees, but it can be done. Maybe for longer rides, I'd like to have something softer over there. But there's really nothing too annoying. A little incline over here and some loose sand. Still doesn't feel like slipping around. Something smells rotten. Oh, it's the bike though. It feels very reassuring. I think it feels good because of the throttle control, how easy it is. It doesn't do anything unexpected. The seat is getting a bit dirty. Some loose gravel too. Let's turn the ABS back on as well. ABS is on again. And we're back in the city. Maybe it's a good time for a conclusion. Like the saying goes, the emotions are running high. But that's what's important with a bike. If it doesn't make you excited, then what's the point? The universal nature of this bike makes me feel like I want to do everything on it. I want to go everywhere on it. It feels very youthful, like nothing's out of reach. Some bikes are like that. They're not trying to test you. They give you the confidence like, yeah, go ahead and try it. Of course, do it. I won't ever let you down. This bike feels exactly like that. I feel so sad giving it back.